5 albums, 5 emotions. Today we're going to do a fun little video, whip out 5 albums from my collection, and tell you the emotions that those albums bring to me. Because every album you have, every record you buy, or even song you stream, it makes you feel something. So I've got 5 different feelings that 5 different albums from my collections make me feel. And I want you guys to play along at home with this one as well, so if you wanted to make a video, do 5 albums from your collection that give you 5 different feelings when you listen to them. Or just write it in the comments below, because it's good to see everyone else's content. And that's why I'm here on YouTube, to watch everyone else and to interact with the comments as well. So it's always fun to see you guys' opinions as well. I do have a bit of a cold at the moment, so a bit bunged up. But we'll power through and start with one of the first albums in my collection, which is missing. There's a little hole missing from my wall. You might know which it is, because it's on the thumbnail of this video. Melancholy de Lune by Alcest, one of my favourite albums of all time. My favourite Alcest album, such a masterpiece of an album. So, what emotions does this make me feel? Well, the first one is peacefulness, like a serenity. Peacefulness, definitely beauty. There's a lot of beauty held within the music. Nij's vocals are just phenomenal. On every record, really, but on Melancholy de Lune, I love it. The mix of the harsh and the beauty just comes together in such a beautiful way, and it just makes me feel happy and just calm when I'm listening to it. I'm very calm, very happy, very just relaxed, and I'm loving life. So there's a lot of emotions there, not just one. A lot of emotions for this album that makes me feel. That's why it's one of my favourites of all time, and yeah, I adore it. A lot of people don't, because it's not true black metal, but I like true black metal, and I like this as well. So this is also very good. Now let's move on to another one. What am I going to whip out next? What am I going to... Oh, okay. Yeah, let's do this one next. Complete polar opposite. Deathspell Omega's Paracletus. It is Paracletus, yeah. I always said... I said something different for this album for a long time. Like, Paracletus? I don't know. I said the wrong pronunciation for a long time. People berated me on it for so long, but now I've got the right one, Paracletus. This album is complete opposite. This makes me feel uneasy. This makes me feel anxious, uneasy, unsettled. Anxiety. It brings me high anxiety levels listening to this album because of how dissonant, how chaotic, how just noisy and just all over the place it is. But that's why I love it. That's why it's one of my favourite black metal albums of all time. Just phenomenal work. It is my favourite Deathspell Omega album. Even the artwork, just looking at the art when I'm listening to the music, just chaos. Absolute chaos. Complete polar opposite of Melancholy de Lune. I love this album to pieces, but it definitely makes me feel uneasy when I'm listening to it. It's not an easy listen. It's a very difficult listen, but every time I'm in the car, someone's annoying me, blast this on, and I just get more anxious road rage. But it's fun nonetheless, so Paracletus is the next one. Now this one, let's move over to Summoning, Minas Morgul. I could pick any Summoning album, but I'm just going to go with Minas Morgul for this one. Now, what do you think this makes me feel? The word is triumphant. Epic, triumphant metal just makes you feel like a warrior, like you're in the, you're riding on the plains of Rohan, ready to meet Theodore. Is it Theodore? It's Theoden, not Theodore. That's one of the fucking chipmunks, you muppet. You know what I mean? Where's Alvin? Where's fucking Alvin? You know what I mean? Epic, triumphant feel to it. It just makes you feel proud while listening to it. The synths and like the trumpets and everything just has a grandiose feel to it. And Summoning is one of my favourite bands of all time as well. Every single album's flawless. This one has more triumphant feel than, say, Stronghold, which is a bit more heavy metal. Bit more just metal in general. And the latest one's Old Morning's Dawn, and the one after that, which I've completely forgotten. With Doom We Come. More of a folky kind of side of it, but this one and Let Mortal Heroes Sing Your Fame, more on the epic, grandiose side of things. So I think those two albums would, come under the same umbrella. So yeah, it makes you feel triumphant, epic, just proud. 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 If you get that reference, you're cool. Next up, let's go with something completely different again. 10th sub-level of Suicide. The Forbidden Word. I love this album. This is one of the first black metal albums I actually heard, which is crazy. I went from Cradle to Burzum to like Alcest Agalok and then Leviathan. Like, what the fucking jump is that? I haven't even heard of Mortal at this point. I'm jumping into Leviathan. Love DSBM. This album's fantastic. But what emotions does it make me feel? It kind of makes me feel settled, kind of like Paracletus, but this is more on the, so this is on the kind of like depression side of things, kind of makes you feel depressed. Very bleak. Bleak is a good word for this one. Bleak and depressive. Now, depressive does not mean sad. You know, depressive means just nothingness, and that's what this kind of delivers, just a void. I was almost put Dark Space here as well, because Dark Space fills a similar kind of void, you could say, with that depression, bleakness, nothing's coming to save you, just an empty void. That's what it has. Just an empty void is the emotions of 10th sub-level of Suicide, and I love it. And look at the pained, you can't even see, whatever. It looks very pained on the album cover, and that's me when I'm listening to it, but I still love it, even though it's oppressive as hell. I still love it. And moving on to the next one, the reason I said depression does not mean sadness. Depression is like lack of emotion. It's because the next one makes me feel kind of sad. Damnation by Opeth is my last pick. Very sorrowful, very sad, and just melancholic is the word for this one. Makes me feel very melancholic. Every song on here is just very beautiful. In My Time of Need, Hope Leaves. Ooh, bangers. Window Pane's more jazzy, but it's still quite soft. But every other one aside from Window Pane just makes you feel sad, makes you feel just very just melancholic, like I said. So those are the emotions for this album, which is a completely different style to Intense Sub-Level, which is just bleakness, despair, and nothing's coming to save you. This one, you feel like you could be saved, but you don't want to. You want to wallow in the sadness, and that's why I love it. So that is another emotion, and that is the final emotion. 5 albums, 5 emotions. I probably did more emotions than just 5, but hey-ho. Let me know what you thought of these albums down below. Do you like them? Do you dislike them? And tell me why. And also do your own 5 albums and how they make you feel from your collection. Hopefully you'll see some cool content from this. It'll be good to check your guys' channels out and watch everything, because it's always fun. I'll comment on every single one. Don't worry. So yeah, that's been my video. Hopefully you had some fun, and we'll see you again on another quest for metal.